Here's the audio version of my book, of my ebook, How to Do the Work with Your Mental Health. So taking the first step towards improving your mental health can feel overwhelming, but it's also the most powerful one you can make. In a world that often demands more from us than we can give, it's easy to neglect the foundation of our well-being, our mind. This book is designed to guide you through 7 crucial areas that, when addressed, can help you begin the work of strengthening your mental health. Whether you're just starting out or looking to dive deeper, these 7 key areas will help you build a more resilient, balanced, and empowered mindset, one small step at a time. So here's the work at a glance. 1, learn to diagnose your feelings. 2, develop awareness of your beliefs, values, and habits. 3, identify how your beliefs, values impact your behaviors and actions. 4, address and acknowledge unhealed past trauma and pain. 5, notice unhelpful thinking patterns and behaviors that no longer serve you. 6, identify, create, and set clear boundaries with yourself and others. And 7, understand that growth will be uncomfortable. So number 1, learn to diagnose your feelings. This step is about learning to clearly identify and label your feelings, allowing them to be expressed and fully heard. Am I feeling angry? Am I sad, overwhelmed, rejected, somber? Whatever emotions arise, it's important to sit with them, identify and label them, and let them be expressed. However, we're not letting ourselves get lost in them or letting them define us. We simply acknowledge the feelings as they are. I'm feeling angry or I'm feeling overwhelmed without judgment. The next step is to consider what actions we can take to ease or move through those emotions, allowing them to pass without letting them control us. So then we move on to step number 2, which is develop awareness of your beliefs, values, and habits. Your beliefs, your values, and habits drive your life. What are your beliefs? What are your values? What are your habits? The number one thing you can do right now to improve your life is to stop doing the things that make you feel like shit. Your habits are shaped by your belief systems. So what do you believe? What are your core values? Is it resilience, consistency, love, honesty, gratitude, hope, or kindness? Take a moment to identify 3 to 7 values that resonate most with you and focus on how you want to live in alignment with them. These values should guide your thoughts, emotions, and actions, which in turn shape your behaviors and ultimately your habits. When your habits align with your core values, you're empowered to show up in the world as your authentic self, expressing your unique talents and gifts. That's number 2. Number 3, identify how your beliefs and values impact your behaviors and actions. How do your core values influence your behavior and actions? How do your beliefs shape the way you act and respond? You need to take a close, honest inventory of your life. If things aren't unfolding the way you want, or you don't consistently feel the way you desire, it's crucial to examine your beliefs and values and understand how they're shaping your behavior. If we recognize the things that aren't serving our well-being, we need to stop engaging in them. On the flip side, we should start incorporating the actions that can improve how we feel. But to make these changes, reflection is key. Take time to journal and explore these thoughts. Here are some prompts and questions to guide you through this process. 1 thing you should start doing, 1 thing you should stop doing, and 1 thing you should continue doing. And then we have well, better, how. What's going well, what needs work, and what action steps will you take to improve? That's number 3. Number 4, address and acknowledge unhealed past trauma and pain. We must confront our shadow, the darker parts of ourselves that we often avoid. Everyone carries some form of darkness with them, but the key is acknowledging it and accepting it rather than repressing or ignoring it. We can't keep running from it. We have to voluntarily face it head on, like confronting a dragon. Facing these inner struggles isn't easy, but it makes us stronger. To truly move forward, we must address the unhealed trauma from our past so we can let go of its hold on us. Only by doing this can we break free and embrace our growth and step into the best version of ourselves, no longer weighed down by past wounds that affect every area of our lives. Number 5, notice unhelpful thinking patterns and behaviors that no longer serve you. Like we talked about, without awareness, we can't recognize what needs to change. It all begins with awareness. Then comes acceptance, and finally, action. That's what we're talking about. Start becoming aware of your unhelpful thinking patterns, your emotions, and where you currently stand in your life. Acknowledge what's going on within you, whether you're feeling angry, sad, or simply not where you want to be. Acceptance is key. We can't fight reality. But we can accept it and begin moving forward from there. Remember, acceptance doesn't mean complacency. It's simply our starting point, a place from which growth is possible. From acceptance, we shift into action. Mental health action. Everything hinges on action. Taking control of your mental health requires deliberate steps. These are actionable practices such as moving well, eating well, sleeping well, and thinking well that you can implement immediately to improve your mental state. These tools not only affect your mental well-being, but they also positively influence your physical health. This is what doing the work looks like: awareness, acceptance, action. Number 6, 2 more, 6 and 7. Identify, create, and set clear boundaries with yourself and others. It's essential to establish emotional boundaries in your life, both for yourself and for others. These boundaries define what you will and won't tolerate, helping you recognize what serves you and what doesn't, and ensuring that what you engage in with is in alignment with your true self. That's why understanding your beliefs and values is very important. When you're deeply connected to your core values and principles, it becomes much easier to set and maintain these emotional boundaries, allowing you to stay grounded and protect your well-being. 7, last but not least, growth will be uncomfortable. The work will be uncomfortable. When we venture into the depths of our own soul, it can often feel lonely. So prepare yourself for some solitude along the way. But know this, by doing this inner work, you will emerge on the other side as a more attuned, authentic version of yourself. You are fully capable of expressing the best version of who you are. The journey may feel isolating at times because we must confront our shadow, dive into our past, and face the painful truths we've buried. It's a process of uncovering what's been left unresolved and identifying patterns that no longer serve us. We must be willing to address our unhealed wounds, revisit old memories, and examine our limiting beliefs. We need to dig deep into our core values and beliefs. It will be difficult, understand that, but it will be worth it. The discomfort is the very thing that fuels our growth and transformation. To truly evolve, we must be ready to step into the trenches. We must be willing to face the uncomfortable, the lonely, and the challenging aspects of self-discovery. We need to embrace this work in order to understand who we really are, who we want to become, and ultimately take ownership of our lives, especially when it comes to our mental health. These steps focus on self-awareness, intentional action, and resilience, helping you create a healthier and more fulfilling mental state. Thank you very much for tuning in to that clip. If you enjoyed it, then you'll love the full-length episode right here. Right here. Click it. Go ahead.